So what was the bug that we found last week with this guy? Like, don't use AoEs or something?
Don't use sidewinders.
Cauldron is down next to food.
Just FYI, I'm gonna use it because I'm not learning a new rotation in a week and doing the same amount of damage. So we'll see.
They didn't. So what I would maybe consider doing is not do it right on the pole.
Yeah, I think it has more to do with where the boss is positioned. Like, if he stays there, it's not directly over Coven. But if he comes up in between the moon and the triangle, that's where we run into trouble.
We can try moving it back there.
Did everybody get a flask?
I got one. Where was it again? Where's it gone now?
I think it's gone, but I can,
That's
at break, I'll definitely look you up. And I got a few mats from the guild bank, and some people gave them to me, and had mats for 4, and I made them, and I procced 8. So
Nice.
yeah, I'm good for like the next month for cauldrons.
There's lots more mats in the guild bank too.
So now we need to help Tack with some bacon for all these hearty feasts he's been giving us.
There's 75 bacon in the guild bank.
Oh, that's awesome. Good deal.
Say, I already got 20 something out the other day. So thanks, guys.
Yep. Well, World Quest yesterday, I gave out like 15. So I got on all my tunes that could cook and just did the World Quest.
Much appreciated.
We're starting on green.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Come then. We will trade pain for pain.
Look, the wretch struggles against the mortal intruders. Pathetic! Let them all burn!
Are we lusting?
Beware.
Yes, on pole.
4, 3, 2, 1.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Share your suffering. Is that all you can take? Beware. Darkness. Away.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let pain embrace you. Is that all you can take? Weaklings! You surrender to the merest taste of what I have suffered.
So I should have asked, does anyone have any questions about
I missed last time.
Okay, I'll do a quick overview. All right. This is like normal. We're all going to be sticking on one color. When the 4 Dark Fissures spawn, we're going to go to the other color. So we're going to go bouncing between green and moon. If you get targeted by marked prey, you're going to just stand still. If you get targeted by necrotic embrace, you're going to go to the marker behind us. So either orange if we're at green, or blue if we're at moon. And we're going to bounce back and forth. Make sure you're always within 8 yards of another raid member. The shadow zones take some time to deal damage, so you can run over them. So when we switch colors, you're going to move immediately to the next color. As soon as that 4th marker drops, or 3rd or whatever, move to the next color directly in a straight line. If the positioning is a little weird, we're going to default to standing on X, which is me. And this is super stressful as a tanking fight, so as a heads up. We're going to lust on pull. If you see a tank die, just battle res, don't wait for me to call it out.
Will do, sir.
Any questions?
Starting on green again?
Yep, always on green.
Actually, a small question. Approximately how long does it take for that 3rd one to drop? The 3rd Shadow Fissure?
It's within a second or two.
Okay, so they all drop pretty close together.
Yes. The thing is, if you move as soon as the first one pops up, the final one may spawn on you. And if you're already at moon, you're going to mess us up.
Okay, so wait a couple seconds, then move.
Yep.
And what was the name of the thing that if you get targeted with it, you just stay in place?
Marked prey, or marked for prey, or something like that. I'm going to mark you, Brian, for the positions.
Okay.
Yeah, just make sure you're in the group to what Minimizer says. If you're in the group, or stand in the group if you get marked from prey, and then stand still. And Minimizer will intercept it for you.
Awesome.
I'm going to try to be a little bit forward to help Duke and Zorp with their Alone in the Dark.
I'd be careful with that, just because if you get targeted with the Dark Fissure, that will give me, or whoever. That's what happened last pull, is I got hit with Dark Fissure, and that gave me misery, and then I was dead.
Okay. I'm going to be behind him, but I'll make sure I have plenty of space. But that is definitely a good call out.
That cooking fire is gonna totally win us this win.
4.
You know what I mean?
3.
Win us this fight.
2, 1.
Draw your blades. I will show you torment.
Look, the wretch struggles against the mortal intruders. Pathetic! Let them all burn!
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
Share your suffering.
Dark Fissure soon?
Beware.
3, 2, 1.
Let pain embrace you.
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Share your suffering.
Perhaps the Natrazine has grown too familiar with the torment of flames, my sisters.
Everyone is snared now, just as one.
Watch the icy grip of despair drain his will.
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Share your suffering.
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Share your suffering.
Dark Fisher.
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Share your suffering.
Prisoner weakens. He is close to surrender. Lack of faith is his undoing. The spell will consume the unworthy.
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let pain embrace you.
Whoops.
Yeah, can't let that go off in the red.
Beware.
4,
Okay.
I think that was my
2,
fault.
1.
Dang, we had it that time.
Tanks, you had it down really well.
Yeah. Yeah, they did. I feel it. This pull is the one.
Oh yeah.
How do you know? How long do you stay after you've got necrotic plague? How long do you stay on the other square?
So it's as soon as the necrotic embrace falls off.
There's like a little poof that kind of
Yes.
goes off around you, and then that's the technical term. And then you know you can run back in.
Does it shoot some red things towards the boss?
That is something else. It's like an explosion around you.
I hate to sound like Urkel, but did I do that? I thought it came off of me.
I don't know who it was.
So I want to know how many people in this raid did not catch that reference.
I didn't.
Did I do
The
that
Steve
reference?
Urkel reference? The family?
Yes, the Urkel.
Yeah, I caught it.
I'm talking about age. Like, who's not old enough to catch that?
I'm not.
Family
Oh,
Matters
gosh.
with Must See TV.
If you were born in the 80s or earlier, you know the reference.
Just because he might get positioned weirdly, we're going to instead stack on Moon. And we'll just go back and forth from there. Because the marker, if he ends up in a bad spot because Blizzard pathing AI is bad, we don't want to be skewed because of that. So just stick to Moon. We're going to start on the right side. Some other things, I should have called it out. If you get a Necrotic Embrace, you're going to take a hit. You're going to get hit by 2 big attacks. One from the Alone in the Dark, and another from the Necrotic Embrace. The Alone in the Dark will trigger the Misery effect, which means you'll be immune to healing. So if you can top yourself off before leaving, or if you have a damage reduction cooldown you can use, those are good times to do it. One thing I forgot to mention in my quick run through, the fight has stacking damage, or sort of just constant taking damage. It's fire for the first 2 minutes, so it's just flat damage. It's frost for the next 2 minutes. So that's when we had the snare effect. And then the last one is fire again, but it's fell, and fell damage stacks. So as we start running up to our 6-minute enrage timer, we're going to start taking more damage. So we probably want to start thinking about seeing if we can save a raid cooldown for that. And then at 6 minutes, that damage turns to shadow and we just die. Questions? You can still go to the markers for Necrotic Embrace, and we're going to start on the right side on Moon.
What moon?
The dancing, jumping moon.
The turkey moon.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Come then. We will trade pain for pain.
It happened.
Me too.
Is he evading?
He is evading.
Beware.
4.
Just wipe. Stay in the Dark Fisher.
2, 1.
4, 3, 2.
Weaklings, you surrender to the merest taste of what I have suffered.
That, even ignoring the bug there, that run was unlikely to go super smoothly because the group was pretty much on top of me again.
Okay.
Those 4 markers are pretty good to have a static point to group up on.
The problem is if he's positioned near one of the markers, we end up extending ourselves too far. We'll give this one more shot. I've marked the tank so I can see them, and we'll position a little bit better. If not, we'll go back to the static markers.
If you give me 1 tick after the pull timer goes, then I can get aggro and make sure he's in the right spot.
The moon is your reference. The markers are not. They're guidelines more than rules.
Try to have somebody run with me in so we can have an 8-yard distance. I'm going to try to come in from the other side.
I think there's a grace period for.
Oh, okay.
But I'm here for you, Duke.
Aw.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Come then. We will trade pain for pain.
Look, the wretch struggles against the
On moon, guys.
intruders. Pathetic! Let them all burn!
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
Share your suffering. Beware. Darkness.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
Let pain embrace you.
I got pushed out.
Beware. In the darkness. Away.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let pain embrace you.
Perhaps the Nathrezim has grown too familiar with the torment of flames, my sister.
We're gonna be snared.
Then watch the icy grip of despair drain his will.
Well, I couldn't block it because I got the embrace.
4, 3,
So Clorox stand in front now.
1.
Let pain embrace you.
Beware. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Share your suffering.
Beware. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Share your suffering.
The prisoner weakens. He is close to surrender. Lack of faith is his undoing. The bell will consume the unworthy.
Beware. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Take it out.
Your suffering.
Beware. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Share your suffering.
Beware. 4, 3, 2, 1.
We cannot allow this wretch to savor victory. Enough of this. Let the shadows.
All right, you guys come back.
Time to put an end to this.
4.
Better that you died here.
Did I not get out far enough?
It was an rage timer. So very good progress.
So what happens if you kill Coven first? Because the elements he's using are their ability.
It's the same thing.
Okay.
He is tormented by the Coven, which is why he uses their ability. When you say hitting a lot of people, does that mean you're exploding onto people, or is it getting targeted? Because he uses the ability quite a bit.
Well, people get hit really hard, and then they get misery, so they can't get healed.
Yeah, Necrotic Embrace is a really good time to use defensive cooldowns.
Yes.
If you can mitigate damage before Necrotic Embrace goes off, do it.
Yes.
Like I know Crow and I, we can basically negate the initial damage, and since we already have the healing effect going, Misery doesn't do nearly as much damage to us.
And it hurts. That's why I died. I got the Necrotic Embrace, and then even healing myself, it just obliterated me.
Yeah, so, and it's important to note that you want to use your damage reduction before leaving the raid. Because using it once you're hit by Misery, it's not going to be as effective.
Yeah, I mean, it's a 6-second timer before it goes off, so there's plenty of time to run outside of the raid and then hit your ability.
Well, you want to hit it before you leave the raid, because you're going to get hit by Alone in the Darkness first.
Right.
But most classes' defensive cooldowns should last more than 6 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
And otherwise, if you're not dealing with Necrotic Embrace, just make sure you're stacked up with the rest of the group. We're going to start on green. I'm just following Duke in.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Draw your blades. I will show you torment.
Ah.
I am the chill running down your spine.
I'm over here with David.
Yeah, I don't.
I got
All
pulled
right.
up.
Just stick in the Dark Fisher and die.
4, 3,
What the heck, man? You taking me with you?
Yeah, basically, I think I'm gonna bow out for this fight because this is stupid. This is wasting everybody's time.
Where she cannot claim.
I didn't mean it like that, David.
No, but it's super annoying that Blizzard can't do this properly, and it's literally wasting everybody in the raid's time to wipe like this and reset and do that. So when y'all finish this fight, which I'm sure will be this pull, I'll be there for Coven.
Should we do Coven first?
Apparently, the same thing happens where it'll pull you down to where he's at.
Do you want?
I mean, we've done Coven on normal, and it wasn't an issue. We've done very on normal, and it wasn't an issue.
Yeah, I don't know why it's an issue on heroic.
But I'm in doubt. Y'all make it happen.
We might. All right. We did open a ticket. At this point, I doubt they're going to fix it.
Yeah, they're not going to fix it.
Yeah, that's real dumb.
Mm-hmm. Sure is. I mean, y'all have more than enough damage to make it happen.
Yeah, there was never a single blue response to this complaint.
Nope. They're removing Sidewinders in BFA anyway, so they're not going to fix it. But I'm going to watch on stream.
Alright, man. Yes, half of the raid go up top, half the raid down here. That'd be an excellent idea, DJ.
We can make it a race.
I think this is a good idea. I'll
5,
tank and resto spec.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Come then. We will trade pain for pain.
Look, the wretch struggles against the mortal intruders.
Pathetic! Let them all burn!
Make sure you're on moon.
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Away!
4, 3, 2, 1.
Share your suffering. Pathetic and weak. Beware.
My battle res is on cooldown.
Yeah,
I already used on, dude.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let pain embrace you. Beware. Is that all you can take? Better that you died here, where she cannot claim you.
It's fine, Scott. Yeah, I hope you feel better.
Hope you feel better, Scott. Take care of yourself.
I don't know if Mike was a turkey that time.
Our turkey source is gone.
Oh yeah, that was David.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Draw your blades. I will show you torment. Look.
Make sure to be on Moon, guys.
Against the mortal intruders.
As in, stand up here.
Let them all burn.
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let pain embrace you.
Beware.
In the darkness. Back.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Share your suffering.
Beware.
Shadows. Away.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let pain embrace you.
Perhaps the Natrazine has grown too familiar with the torment of flames, my sisters. Then watch the icy grip of despair drain his will.
You cannot.
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Share your suffering.
Beware.
In the darkness.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let pain embrace you.
Beware.
Agony of shadows.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Share your suffering.
Prisoner weakens. He is close to surrender.
Lack of faith is his undoing. The spell will consume the unworthy.
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Share your suffering.
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let pain embrace you.
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let pain embrace you.
The mortals falter. We cannot allow this wretch to savor victory.
Pathetic and weak.
Enough of this! Let the shadows claim them all!
Time to put an end to this.
Beware.
3,
Dark
2.
weaklings. You surrender to the merest taste of what I have suffered.
So that went better.
That was awesome. Way closer.
I think we're having too many people die at the beginning.
Yeah, I was just getting ready to say, there's two noobs who kind of bit the bullet a little early there.
It's all good. Wasn't calling anyone out.
Oh, I can call Gary out. He's a friend of mine, so I can call him out.
Hey, let's get a summoning stone.
But I included myself with that, Gary.
I'm
I
not
hope
offended.
you did catch that there, didn't you, brother?
Yes, sir.
Did you guys not use cooldowns?
No, I was being lazy and got more than 8 yards away.
Gotcha. Yeah, I was watching you both, and I was like, misery is still on you. Nothing I can do.
No, I totally forgot to disperse.
Yep. So the main thing here is do what we just did, except don't die.
Ooh, Starfall. Wait, watch out.
Yeah, be careful with your Starfall. Not that you should be using it on a single target, but
Yeah, Jay, don't use it.
Removed from action bar.
And then Jay, just so you know, we bounce between red and green. We're start on green, and if you get Necrotic Embrace, go to orange or purple.
Right on.
And put Mark Skin on yourself.
And then Moon is our corrective thing to just stack the raid on. This is definitely a DPS check. Does everyone have enough to double pot? I have plenty. I know Malcol can make some more.
Yep. Just let me know whatever you need if you need it.
Use your runes. Grab your food.
What's the cooldown on the second pot?
So the way potions work, they can be used once per minute and only once per combat. So when the raid timer hits 2 or 1, you want to drink your first potion. And then in this case, because we use Bloodlust on pull, at any point in the fight, you can hit your second potion. So whenever your cooldowns are up.
Any of the healers typically want innervates?
That would be awesome.
Realize it's not a mana battery. Call out when you need like massive healing.
Yes.
Well, I'm running out of mana, potting, and running out a second time.
Yeah, so just make sure you're not pumping heals onto people with misery. But this is definitely a healing intensive fight. Yeah. Misery does love company.
Need just a second.
Let me know when you're ready, Katie.
Okay, I'm trying to get something over to attack here, and then I'll ready.
We got into about 7.5%, I think, that time.
Yep. If we keep everyone alive, we probably have it.
Oh well, yeah, we were really close.
Okay. I'm gonna go. We're good. You're good to go.
1 second. Yeah. On you, Duke.
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Come then. We will trade pain for pain.
Look, the wretch struggles against the mortal intruders.
Pathetic! Let them all burn!
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Share your suffering.
Beware.
Just wipe. Gotta watch those necrotic embraces.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Did one go off in the raid?
Yes.
Weaklings, you surrender to the merest taste of what I have suffered.
And then sort of as a reminder, the markers are suggestions. The real place stack point is going to be on Moon. What may have happened was I noticed we were spread out backwards a little bit, which means that the person with necrotic embrace may not have gotten far enough away, so it sort of daisy chained back into the raid, which is why stacking on Moon is important.
How many people got it that time?
3.
I only got 2 on my notification.
Yeah, I saw 2 or 3, and then everyone in the raid got it because I got like 20 of them.
Hey Josh. Bigwigs, is that reporting anything for you?
Did you run out, John? Because you did have it. Okay.
Yeah, I'm not sure who had it. It's just a general reminder. If you get necrotic embrace, make sure you're running back.
I saw it go off and I wasn't full, so I went ahead and hit Exhilaration, and Turtle backed up to orange. And then when I heard somebody say earlier it lasted for 6 seconds, Turtle is for 8. So when Turtle went off, I went back into group.
So you're going to get a debuff that says necrotic embrace. It looks like a yellow skull with a purple background. When that debuff is gone, you can run back into the raid.
Okay.
But yeah, it was just a general reminder. Watch your debuffs. If you get necrotic embrace, run out. I was going to say something else, but I can't remember. Everyone reflask. Middle pandemic, so we have plenty.
One quick sec, I need to... A couple people need a second flask.
Okay.
Okay, I think we're good to go.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Come then. We will trade pain for pain.
Look, the wretch struggles against the mortal intruders.
Pathetic! Let them all burn!
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
Share your suffering.
Beware.
On Moon.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let pain embrace you.
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Share your suffering.
Perhaps the Natrazine has grown too familiar with the torment of flames, my sisters. Then watch the icy grip of despair drain.
Give snare.
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let pain embrace you.
Beware.
Speak mic.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Share your weaklings. You surrender to the merest taste of what I have suffered.
We're gonna take 5.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're moving out of the group, you should turn and run, not walk backwards, because you move
Correct.
slower.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is an AFK check.
Is Salvation still in the group?
Yes.
The problem with these Horde characters is that they lack sophistication.
Do we drop a feast? Thank you. Remember, watch your necrotic embrace. Get it, run away. And you don't want to also be too close to the tanks. You don't want to drop a Shadow Doom, whatever, dying on them.
Shadow Fissure.
That.
Remember to back up to these markers approximately.
You want to run to them.
4, 3,
Running to them, yes.
2,
Facing forward.
1.
Come then. We will trade pain for pain.
Look, the wretch struggles against the mortal intruders.
Pathetic! Let them all burn!
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
Share your suffering.
Beware.
Agony of shadows. Back curve.
4, 3, 2,
On moon.
1.
Share your suffering. So easily broken.
Beware.
Agony of shadows. Away.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Share your suffering.
Perhaps the Nathrezim has grown too familiar with the torment of flames, my
Reef Snare.
Then watch the icy grip of despair drain his will.
Fissure in 3.
Beware.
Back curve.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Share your suffering.
Beware.
In the darkness.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let pain embrace you.
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Share your suffering.
On moon.
Prisoner weakens. He is close to surrender.
Lack of faith is his
Fissure in 4.
The spell will consume the unworthy.
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Let pain embrace you.
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
On moon.
Your suffering. So easily
Come on.
broken. Better that you died here, where she cannot claim you.
Did he enrage?
We had a Necrotic Embrace go off in the raid.
I'm out of range.
That was very close.
I don't think it's showing the with DBM, whoever it is.
It tells that person.
Yeah, but I'm wondering if they don't have it updated because it's not showing in raid. Like I've been able to like determine everybody except for the last person it showed me that had it was what is it? Taro?
Junitaro.
Yeah, that's the last person it showed that me that had it.
Maybe it was
not
me.
everyone runs DBM. It could have been big leagues or whatever.
Okay.
It popped off of me, and then I went back into the group.
Yeah. I'm not saying that you did it. I'm just saying that's it's not showing me who.
Oh no, I'm not taking offense. Just trying to think. Did I have it, and then I thought it went off, but then it didn't?
Just watch positioning. Make sure you're getting that 8 yards apart. And make sure you're on moon. So that way we have plenty of space for the necrotic embrace people to run away. If it is easier, you can go to the left and right. Oops. You can go to the left or right of the raid instead of just behind us. Just need to get that 8 yards apart.
Is there any reason we couldn't just put moon on follow?
There's a couple reasons. You have to have moon targeted at that point, as well as it's not going to be right on top of him.
That's the big one.
That whenever you do an action, it stops following.
You could have macros that do the action and then start following again.
Oof.
Maybe. But yeah, it's not worth it.
Five, four, three.
Come then. We will trade pain for pain.
Look, the wretch struggles against the mortal intruders.
Pathetic! Let them all burn!
Beware.
Four, three, two, one.
Four, three, two, one.
Let pain embrace you.
Beware.
Shadows. Away.
Four, three, two, one.
Share your suffering.
Beware.
Get root up.
Four,
Clorox, take that one.
Three, two, one.
Share your suffering.
Perhaps the Nathrezim has grown too familiar with the torment of flames.
I sent out the battle res.
Then watch the icy grip of despair drain his will.
Beware.
Four, three, two, one.
Share your suffering.
Second root.
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Pain embrace you.
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Pain embrace you.
Prisoner weakens. He is close to surrender.
Lack of faith is his undoing. The spell will consume the unworthy.
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Pain embrace you.
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Share your suffering.
Beware.
4, 3, 2, 1.
The mortals falter. We
Well done.
Nice.
Let the shadows claim them all.
Is everyone excited for the Guild Breaker?
Yes.
Pumped.
Get
I can
back
finally raid again.
This is basically the raid killer, the guild killer of this zone. But yes, it is particularly the boy, I hope you don't play melee fight.
Which one? The one we just did, or the one we're getting to do?
The one we're going to do.
Huzzah.
Just run through, everyone.
chill running down your spine.
I don't need
What?
that mech if anyone wants it.
It despawned. How did I die?
I don't know.
Magic.
Res incoming.
Just run across the room.
You cannot escape the shadows.
Could I have a Mark of the Ancient Priestess and a Mastery Gem, please? If anyone can make that. Pretty, please.
So, do you need me to reset them salvation?
Nope. I have
Okay.
everything I need right here.
So here's what's going to happen. I'm going to do a quick run through as a reminder of the important mechanics for this fight. I'm going to do a review of normal. So, we are going to always not be DPSing X if you're melee. That means we're going to start by DPSing Asara, Mother of Night, because Dimia, Mother of Gloom, goes away. Every so often, we're going to get Torment of the Titans. If you get, if it's Khaz'Garoth, we want to be out of the melee, or out of the middle of the room. If it's Golganeth, you want to spread out. If it's Amun Thul, we're going to always kill the guy near Skull first. And if it's Norganon, Zorp, if you can get in a position to do it, maybe middle grip the one on the skull row. So that way people have the most room. Otherwise, just create gaps in the spectral army, get to the edge of the room, and stay there. Now for the fun part. Oh, and then Nora has she throws out a whirlwind sword that goes back to her. You can't avoid that, or just avoid that, and you can't sort of outrange it, so just get out of the way and keep her still. Now, for the fun part. In Heroic, each one of these bosses has an additional ability. Nora has Fulminating Pulse. This is your typical, if you get targeted by it, run away from people. You get a circle around you, and it deals a ton of damage if you're around people. Pretty straightforward for that. You don't necessarily need to go to the edge of the room, just away from people. Ranged, if you are grouped up or whatever, you can help these people out by moving in the opposite direction. Dimia has a Orb of Frost. This just deals a whole bunch of damage to the raid. And it gives you a slow based on how far away you are from the orb. So we want to move as far away as quickly as possible, because the snare gets up to 85% when you're next to it. Which is why ranged, if you can be sort of at the extreme range and a little spread out, those two abilities have, that's going to be the best positioning for those two abilities. Now for the fun one. Asara has Storm of Darkness. The debuff, yeah, it needs to be healed through, which is the same as normal. So Asara has Storm of Darkness. She will spawn several safe zones throughout the room, and then annihilate everyone who's not in those safe zones. So you need to get into those safe zones as quickly as possible. Keep in mind that these can happen during Torment of the Titans and the other abilities I just went through. So if you get targeted by Fulminating Pulse during a Storm of Night or Storm of Darkness, you're going to want to go to the corner of the room, or the corner of your square, while everyone else in your safe zone goes to the opposite corner. If you have an immunity or a high damage reduction, I would hit it and leave the safe zone. It is also possible that Nora can throw her whirlwind sword at you during the safe zone. So just be careful about all of these. So it's just a lot of stuff. The main thing is get in the safe zones, spread out from people, and get away from the frozen orbs. I will call out the Titan abilities as they are happening and what we need to do. Questions?
Healers, I want to try to spread out so that we can cover all areas as best as possible. I'm gonna hang out over in Quadrant 1 from our perspective. This way.
Do we need to mark quadrants?
Sure. Well, it's sort of a square.
Yeah, I'm putting them in the center of the squares.
And gamma. And delta.
Gamma distribution, what?
I think he's making a Star Trek reference.
Oh.
Nope. I wasn't making any reference.
Most of Star Trek happens in Alpha Quadrant.
That's its Voyager.
Voyager.
Which is the Delta Quadrant.
Yes.
Because that's a reference I get.
Okay,
I am part of the
so,
in crowd now.
Yep.
Ryan, do you want to make assignments as to where you want us healers?
I don't. Just pick one. Doesn't matter that much. I'm gonna go to orange.
Okay, I'll go to diamond, pink.
So just so I remember, you said melee does not attack X.
Correct. They're going to be spread out, and if X is not up, it won't matter. Just the important thing is don't DPS X.
DPS or melee?
Or melee, sorry. Ranged can hit Nora, that's fine. So melee, do not hit Nora.
Which Titan was it we all kind of go towards Skull?
Amenthul.
Amenthul, cool.
And I might call out a different one based on where the raid's at, so just keep an eye on it. And we will lust on Amenthul. Alright. I think everyone's ready. Let's give this a shot so we can start seeing this fight.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I can't wait to hear your flesh sizzle. I want to see your limbs roasting.
Beware. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Storm of Darkness soon?
3, 2, 1.
Beware.
All trembling in the dark.
Beware.
I want to see your limbs roasting.
Oh, there it is.
Four, 3, 2, 1.
You got it, Rude. Got 3 out of our 4 healers down.
We're bad at seeing brightly silvery things.
I thought those were the orbs of frost.
Yeah, I thought those were the bad things. Whoops.
That's
I know
okay.
next time.
I has the pulse, no more though.
Yeah, we can wait. Yeah, so I should have been clear about this. The abilities that come up only show up when these guys are active. So that means we don't have to deal with the Orb of Frost until the second Torment of the Titans. And we don't have to deal with Storm of Darkness after the 4th. Because every 2, they sort of rotate. But yeah, the Storm of Darkness, purple, bad. Shiny, yellow, white, light, good.
I just didn't even see it. I'm that bad.
It's okay. That's why I wanted the people to see the fight. And as normal, it is better to deal with the mechanics than to worry about damage.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
This fight doesn't really have an enraged timer, so we've got time. I'm going to do call outs to make sure we're following everything, so I'll be here to remind you. I'm not going to call out the fulminating pulse, so just keep an eye on that. If you get a circle around you, move away from people.
Can you mark Nora again, please?
I can do that.
Grazie.
Do you know how many, is it based off the raid size, how many fulminating pulses are active?
It is dependent on raid size, I think. But you can check the journal, and it should say doesn't say. Usually it'll scale to how many people are in the raid. I think it's either 3 or 4.
Do healers call out who they have to heal up, or, you know, so nobody's double up them, you know?
For what?
For the ones that are pulsing, because their health is dropping fast. Just curious.
We're not calling out now, but if it starts becoming a problem, we can do it.
I mean, I just threw it some people.
It is a lot of damage, but that is a good call out. So healers, if you want to sort of keep an eye on fulminating pulses, it's 800,000 per second, and then a tick of 2.5 at the end. Let's get another attempt in.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I am the chill running down your spine.
I want to see your limbs roasting.
Beware. 4,
Pulse
3,
soon.
2, 1.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Into Storm of Darkness.
Trembling in the dark.
Beware.
I want to see your limbs roasting.
Pulse.
4, 3, 2, 1. Beware.
Khaz'goroth is soon, so get out of the middle.
4, 3, 2, 1.
4.
Beware.
Back up, Duke. Into Storm of Darkness. Watch it.
The demons are tunneling the Shaper's flames
4,
against you.
3, beware. 2, 1.
limbs roasting.
Well, that seemed unlucky. I got Fulminating Pulse, and then the Storm of Darkness happened, and then everyone inside the safe zone would get hit with that.
Yeah, I think that is.
That is intentional.
Fight hard, yeah.
3, 2,
Because all the mechanics will be still applying while the circle or the storm is down.
Should I just do a cooldown at that? Because people are gonna
Yeah.
die. Okay.
We can wipe. Yeah, so it's a difficult call. So the AoE effect is only at the end. And yes, to Andrew's point, there is technically enough room if you go to the edge and everyone else goes to the other side.
Okay, yeah, the AoE is the last thing. Okay.
But yes, it is intentional that these mechanics are stacking. This is why Coven is the hardest fight in the zone.
So I definitely died due to I changed to Wild Charge to jump back on the ladies instead of having Displacer Beast. And when I tried to go for one of them circles, I jumped backwards.
Yep.
Instead of going forwards. No bueno.
Another thing, let me actually check something before I... Okay, one thing to be careful about with Nora, her tank debuff is a frontal cone attack. So in the unlikely event that we get positioned weirdly because of a storm or whatever, and we're fighting Nora, just make sure you're behind or to her side. That you don't need a summon. That was you can pull. I was talking. The summon was for Andersonia, but we're good. Pull. Disregard.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I am the chill running down your spine. I want to see your limbs roasting.
Beware. 4, 3, 2, 1.
Pulse into storm.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Trembling in the dark.
Beware.
I want to see your limbs roasting.
Pulse.
4, 3, 2, 1.
It's still recharging.
Beware.
And we're gonna get Amantul. We're gonna kill the one closest to orange first.
4, 3,
And then we're gonna go to green.
2, 1.
Beware.
To storm.
2, 1.
Last.
Beware. 3, 2, 1.
I want to see your limbs roasting.
And then to skull and whatever's left.
Beware. Four, three, 2, 1.
1.
Beware.
Trembling in the dark.
Storm.
I want to see your limbs roasting.
Beware.
That was some tough pulses over here.
Yeah. You can get Norganon soon. Everyone to the middle.
4, 3, 2,
4,
1.
And you're gonna get pulses as well.
Beware.
So watch that. You're also gonna get a storm of darkness.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Before you are frozen solid.
Beware.
Your pieces will make a fine trophy.
That's the Arbor Frost, so you can see it. It is a very big zone. You can wipe now.
Beware.
Let's do one more attempt and then we'll call it for the night.
Hey, Mike. I don't know if it was helpful or bad. I had mass entanglement, and it got like 4 of those Norganon's guys.
It can be helpful. The main thing to keep an eye out for is Zorp is going to do a Gorfine's Grasp.
Okay.
So that's going to be a big opening for everyone to walk into.
I just didn't know if it would be more helpful for me not to have that, or it doesn't really matter, or it would be more useful. I just had it up because I was PvPing, and then like, oh.
Yeah, it can definitely help, especially if we get into a bad position with Storm of Darkness.
Okay.
Yes.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
I am the chill running down your spine. I want to see your limbs roasting.
Beware. 4, 3, 2, 1.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Storm of Darkness.
Beware.
Trembling in the dark.
Beware.
I want to see your limbs roasting.
Four, 3, 2, 1. Beware.
Storm of Darkness. And we're also going to get Khaz'Goroth soon, so get out of the middle.
4, 3, 2, 1.
4, 3,
Beware.
2, 1.
Trembling in the dark.
The demons are turning the Shaper's flames
4,
against you.
3, 2, beware.
I want to see your limbs roasting.
Let's get Katie up.
Beware. 4, 3, 2, 1.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Beware.
Storm.
Trembling in the dark.
Beware.
Okay. So Brian, what did you? This happened to me twice, and I got the. Actually, I'll wait till you're concentrating. Till you're done.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll review after.
4, 3, 2.
4,
Golganath, spread out.
2, 1.
I want to see your limbs roasting.
Beware.
They're coming straight at you through the storms of Golganath.
Enjoy.
4,
You guys can wipe.
2, 1.
Okay, so I got the fulminating pulse thing, Brian, and then had to move into the white thing, and I was. Did you say you were popping you pop a cooldown on that? Because I stayed out of the white because I didn't want to wipe the 4 people that were in that safe zone.
Yeah, if you leave the white, you'll die.
And that's what. Okay, and I was running the second time I was running to a different white.
So you need to be in the white because the Storm of Darkness will just kill you. But if you are at the edge of the zone, everyone else in that zone can get out of range of your fulminating pulse.
So if I'm at the edge of the safe zone, then
Yeah. So
everyone can get out of there. Okay.
if imagine efflorescence is the safe zone, and we're gonna call it here for the night. So if you guys want to drop off, we can. You definitely want to go to like the edge, like where I'm at.
Okay.
And then that'll give everyone else plenty of room. And you just need to trust that they'll get out of the range for you.
Okay, and then is like a healing rain or an efflorescence enough if they don't get out of range, or will I kill them if I'm in the same thing? Like, can I heal through the fulminating burst if we're all in the safe zone?
Probably not.
Okay. Somebody. Kind of antithesis of, you know.
No, so this is definitely one of those fights where you need to trust that they'll move. So get into the right spot, get to the edge, do what you can. And if someone is standing in the center and not getting out of the way, that's not your fault.
Okay.
This is definitely a fight where you need to react to what other people are dealing with, not just what you need to deal with. And then to give you an idea, Arcady, the pulse taking damage is 800k. And then at the end it does a 2.5 million damage hit.
Ouch.
Storm of Darkness is dealing 1.5 million per second.
Okay.
So this is definitely everyone needs to be positioned correctly, and we'll talk about this the next time we fight them.
And if we get into one of those situations where you've got something you can't get into the safe zone, I've got Guardian Spirit that I can drop on people. I just got to know who to drop it on.
Yeah, the problem is the Guardian Spirit will proc, and then you'll just die again. Although it might help with the Fulminating Pulse hit. And that's actually a good point, Jay. Defensive legendaries are very helpful here.
Yeah, Prydaz might actually be really good.
Especially as we're learning the fight, you can use don't be afraid to use defensive legendaries like Prydaz, Roots. I'll make a post on this on the guild announcements.
Just an example, that last encounter, my Prydaz was 9 million just on me.